Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is James Olashore, and this is House of Accountants. So I've been receiving so many questions from people, and I think the best thing to do is to organize a meeting like this, because sometimes I won't be able to answer all of their questions. But I believe if I can just make a meeting or videos like this. So I believe if I can just make a video like this, it will be good enough. It will be able to answer so many questions. Okay, so that is why I just have to come up with this meeting. So before we go straight to the meeting, let me just confirm once again if you can still hear me, because I will just log out a bit now. So just one more, and then we go straight to the business. Are we still together? Yes, very,
Yes, we can hear
was very
you.
faint. That should be network. That should be network.
It's not.
It's not that clear, right? Okay, I believe I'm trying to make it better. Okay, so I believe it should be better now. I've been able to adjust it, so I want to believe it's better now. Yes, I can't see you from my end. Yes, I'm not sharing my video, but I'm going to share the materials I'm going to use very soon. So let's go straight to the point. Now, I've been having so many questions with me here. Some people will say, who can write Ican? I study biology. I studied this, I studied that. Can a secondary school start Ican? Can all this? I'm going to be answering those questions today. How will I register? I'm going to answer the question. How do I prepare for the exam? I'm going to answer the question. How do I check my results? A lot of that. I'm going to do that within the limited time we have. How do I pay for my induction? Even after you have done all the exams, how will I pay for the induction? What do I need to be inducted to be a member after I've cleared all the examination or all the papers? Okay. How do I become a member after the induction? What is the next thing? Does it mean there's nothing concern you with ICANN again? I'm going to be discussing that as well. Then, how do I stay relevant? After being a member, as a chartered accountant, how do you stay relevant in the industry? Does it just to have the certificate and then go and sit down somewhere? You must be relevant to your organization, to the community where you are, and to the nation and to the institute as a whole. So those are the questions I'm going to be answering this night. So before we go, let me start from who can write ICANN? Okay, so let me share my material with you. Who can write ICANN exam? The question is simple and straightforward. Anyone can write ICANN. Anyone can start ICANN. No matter what you study, no matter the level you have, just know that you can also be a chartered accountant. Okay, so let's start from here. Either you study biology, either you study you have NCE, Either you, whatever certificate you have, even OND, school certificates, that is your primary school, your secondary school certificate, you can start Ican. Many people are chartered accountant today that they did not even go to any higher institution. They just started from ATS. And from ATS, they cleared their paper and they started their skills level, and then they clear everything once and for all. So let me start from those who can those who can write ICANN. So I'm going to the last page of this material. I'm going to the last page of this material. Let's start from there. Okay. So just hold on a bit. Okay, so this is ATS. ATS is just uh the the lower level of ICANN. So it's like you are starting from primary school. After primary school, you go to secondary school. From secondary school, you go to university. So the same thing to this ATS. ATS is equivalent, okay, to like BSc, to like HND in accounting. So if you have ATS, you can start ICANN. If you have BSc, you can start ICANN. If you have HND, you can start ICANN. But if you don't have any of these three, you cannot start ICANN. So it's either you have BSc as a graduate from any field, or you have HND as a graduate from any field, or you go through ATS. So who can start ATS? If you have HND, you can start ATS. If you have NCE, you can start ATS. If you have school living certificates, you can start ATS. The only thing is that you are not going to start from the same level. You will start from different level. Okay? Now, let me look at the first one. There's something we call ICANN accredited institution. So if you finish your OND in accounting with accredited institution, that is institution that ICANN approved, then it means you will start from, you will not be writing part one and part two. Part one and part two simply means ATS 1 and ATS 2. All subjects in that level will be exempted. You will not be writing them. You will only pay 28,300 naira. 300,000 naira. And then you will write part 3, which is the final part. If you have NCE accounting accredited institution, you will not write ATS 1, ATS 2. You will write only ATS 3. You pay the same amount. If you have OND finance or banking and finance, you will not write part 1. In part 2, there's what we call PFFA. In part 2, you will not write that one, but you write the remaining paper in part 2. And you, once you clear that paper, you will go and write ATS 3. But before you can be accepted from this, you make this payment, 200. The same thing happened to all this. From here to this point, either you have AAT UK, you have OND statistics, you have OND computer science, you have OND insurance, you have OND marketing, diploma in public accounting, Kaduna Poly, diploma in public accounting, Kwara Poly. All these are exempted. All these are allowed to start ATS. And you can see where they are going to start from. So let me just take the last one. If you take this OND accounting on non-accredited institution and you have OND, you will not be writing part 1 only, but you'll be paying 13,400 as the fee of the exemption. Okay, I believe that part is clear. So now, if you have been exempted, I will also show you how to do the registration. Once you have been accepted, what is the next thing to do? The next thing to do is to, once you are, is to start your registration. The first thing is to start registration. You go to the bank, you make your payment, or you can pay on Ican portal. You can pay everything straight on the Ican portal. Once you make the payment, that is registration. After registration, like 2 weeks, you wait. Then Ican will acknowledge your registration. Then you can now go on for the normal exemption. Then after the exemption, you pay for the exemption. You know how much you are going to be accepted from and the total amount, as you can see at the front of this. So you make payments. When you make payment, you also wait until the exemption given to you is being removed. Make sure it's clear before you continue to make the payment for examination proper. So we are going to be looking at that as we start. Now, that is for 8 years. So if you are done from ATS 1, ATS 2, ATS 3, or you have been accepted from 1 and 2 and you just write only 3, and you are now AAT holder, someone who has finished ATS, the qualification they are going to give you is AAT. Okay, so now that you have your AAT is now equivalent to BSc or HND. Many people are not even, because of jam has scattered them, and so they just don't even bother at all going to any university. They just start their ATS. From ATS, write your Ican. From Ican, chartered. Then from being chartered, you go to masters and go and do your master's straight as an accountant. Okay. And another thing we notice that those who start from ATS are always solid in accounting because they're going to take them from scratch, especially if they are able to get a good tutorial to start with. Many people like to read on their own for 8 years, but if they can go to a tuition center that is going to put them through, that is the foundation. It's like you are going through higher institution where they are going to give you everything you need there. Okay, so after that, you are now AAT holder. So they do their induction normally as well, the way Ican is going to do it. So it's now time for us to start the Ican proper. Now, we all know the meaning of Ican. I've done a video before talking about what Ican is all about and what we are also expected. What is the preparation and the likes. But I'm still having so many questions about Ican registration, exemption, and the like. That is why I'm particularly doing this video. Okay, now let's look at it. Academic qualification. Who can write Ican? Like I said, anybody can write Ican, no matter the qualification you have. As long as you have AAT, that is from ATS, you have BSc, you have HND, or you have more than those two. You can have a PhD, you can have masters, you can have what again? No matter the level, no matter the certificate you have, as long as it's equivalent to AAT, HND, and BSc. Now, I'll just explain like 3 so that you will know how to actually read this material, this document on your own. So now, PhD in accounting with masters accounting, and BSc accounting. All subjects in foundation. Ican is divided into 3 stages. We have foundation, we have skills level, and we have professional level. So if you are starting, if you have PhD in accounting and you want to write Ican, you will not write any paper in foundation. You will not write any paper in skills. You are going straight away to professionals. So all you just have to do is to pay 135,100 as your exception fee. If you have masters in accounting, obtained from Ican accredited institution, in addition to BSc in accounting, I believe you all know what we call accredited institution now, approved by Ican. Okay, which means all paper in foundation, you will not write anything, but you will be writing, you will not be writing financial reporting, you will not be writing audits. So in skills, we have 6 papers. We have financial reporting, we have audit and assurance, we have PSAV, that is we have that's public sector accounting and finance. We also have what we call performance management, PM. We also have tax. We have CSME. So out of the paper in skills, you'll be exempted from 2. You'll be writing the remaining 4. Then you will pay 91,100. That is your exception fee. And that is how to read the exemption in Ican material. You can see, if you have BSc or HND accounting obtained under mutual cooperation agreement with tertiary institution, which is this. There are some institutions that are they are part of this particular MCATI. So instead of writing skills, they will not write skills. They will not write foundation. They will just start straight away from professional level. An example of those schools are what do you call it? Covenant University, Babcock, okay, Caleb. They are also part of it. Ilaro Polytechnic are also part of it. So many institutions are part of this memorandum. I mean this MCATI already. So they will not write foundation. They will not write skills. They will only pay for an exemption of 135,100 naira, and then they will do what? They will start straight away from professional level. So the school you attend also will tell where you are going to start the Ican. If you have ATS in 2010, so it means you are going to write what? Foundation level. You are going to write audit and taxation in skills. I mean, you are not going to write anything in foundation, sorry. Then audit and assurance, you will not write in skills. Then taxation in skills, you will not write. You will write the remaining 4 papers in skills. Okay, I believe you all understand what this material is all talking about now. So there are so many schools, there are so many levels of education. If you have BSc Economics, you will only write business and management and finance in foundation. I mean, you will not write this one. Sorry, anything you see here, it means you are not writing it. So you will not write this paper in foundation. And don't forget, there are 4 papers in foundation. It means you'll be writing 3 papers in foundation. You will write skills, you will write foundation. I mean, you will write professional. For not writing this paper, you will pay 24,750. And the lights. You can see as many, all you just have to do is to look at where you fall into, and then you select where you're going to start from. If you look at this also, LLB, LLM, LLD, those are the lawyers. They will not write business law. That is common. That is normal. Because they must have done this business law at the point of running this particular program. So they are exempted from that. There's no point of repeating what they have done in class. but they are going to pay 24,750 for them to be exempted, which means there are 4 papers in foundation. They will need to write the remaining 4 papers. I mean, the remaining 3 papers in foundation, then write everything in skills and write everything in what? In professional. If you finish from AAT, you will write every paper you have in skills, including taxation. I mean, including audits, taxation. Okay. But there are some people that they have already registered for Ican many years ago when taxation have not been moved to skills level. So those people have already escaped. They will not be writing taxation in skills. They will only be writing 5 papers in skills level. But for those who are newly now qualified or newly registered for ICAN, they are going to be writing tax because tax has been moved to the syllabus as at when they are registered for ICAN. So I believe that one is clear now. So if you look at this, everything is clear. You can see there are some other professionals, not only BSc, not only HND, not only AAT. There are some other professionals that they can also be exempted. What we have bankers of Nigeria. They are also going to be accepted from all subjects in foundation level, and they will not be writing audits and what? And assurance. So you can see that this also, bankers of Nigeria is equivalent to BSc, to HND, to what? To AAT. It's even a bit higher than AAT, but it's equivalent to BSc and HND because HND and BSc coming from accredited institution, you also start from the same level. And the exemption fee is 91,100 naira. Okay, so let's move. You can see, you can read all this up yourself. All you just have to do is to locate which area you fall into. And then you look at the paper you not be writing and how much you are going to be paying for that. And that is all. Now, we now have what we call the exemption rates per paper. Okay? If you are exempted from 5 papers, all you just have to do is to calculate. For example, if I'm not writing any paper in foundation, you know, there are some qualification that you start from skills. It means you will not be writing any paper in foundation. How am I going to know amount I'm going to pay? It means if you are not going to write any paper in foundation, you'll be paying the whole paper. You pay for the whole paper, which is 45,200. If you go back to the list of amounts you have at the front of all the exemption, you will see that it's going to be the same thing with that amount. If you are going to be exempted from 3 papers, it means you will pay 38,400 for the 3 papers you are not going to write, and then you pay for 1 paper during the exam. If you are going to be exempted from foundation and skills, it means you will pay for the whole 4 papers in foundation. You will pay for the whole 4 papers in what? In skills. If you have these two together, it will be the total amount of exemption for you. All you just have to do is to start registering for this examination at professional level. And don't forget, ICAN is flexible. You can decide to write 1 paper. You can decide to write 2 papers. You can decide to write 3 papers as you can cope with it. Okay? The only thing is that you will not move to another level until you pass all the papers at the level you have. Okay? And this rate is what is currently on ICAN portal at the moment. Okay? Now, let's leave this one now. I believe you understand what it's all about now. Now, let's now go to the list of institutes. Okay, I think I have a lot of questions here. If you have any question, you can unmute yourself and answer and ask me question. But I think it's better we wait till the end of the lecture so that we can have enough time to answer question. I can't see you. Good evening, sir. Please. I study accounting education. What exception do I qualify for from the foundation? I believe that have been answered now from what I have done. But if it's not clear yet, after this class, I will give like 10 or 15 minutes for questions. Then we'll be able to treat it as it's supposed to be. Okay? Now, after this now, I believe you understand what we have done here. Now, let's go to, there are some institution. There are some higher institution that are accepted from foundation and skills. As long as you are graduating from that school, you are not going to Okay, so I believe you can still hear me. Let's continue. So as long as you graduate from that particular institution, you are not going to be writing, you have escaped foundation and skills level. You have escaped what we call almighty PM. Once you graduate from that institution, you have escaped what we call almighty PM in skills. Because out of all papers in Ican, I think the most stubborn question, the most stubborn paper is PM. So if you are graduating from any of these schools, you will not be writing anything called PM. Okay? Now, I will just flip through it very quickly. We have Abia State University. Abia State University will not be writing skills. They will be writing what we call what? Professionals. But they said new due session for re-accreditation. They are to renew this accreditation between 2019 to 2020, which I believe they will do. All you just have to do is to ask from your school if they are under what we call this MCATI. Once they are there, it means you are accepted from that. Now we have what we call Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University. They are also starting from professionals. We have what we call achievers, Adamawa, Adekunle, Ajos, all this one, or any university you can see here. They are all starting from where? They are all starting from professional level. As long as they renew the accreditation as given to them by Ican. You can also look at it. Another thing you can look at is this. If you look at this now, this is 2018. Let's look at this. The Polytechnic Ile-Ife, Osun State, they gave them in 2011. It means if you graduate before 2011, you are not part of this exemption. You will start from skills. But if you graduate after 2011, you will benefit. You will enjoy this particular exemption. So you look at the year, Yaba College of Technology, they gave them 1972. They're supposed to renew in 2020 and 2021. It means if you finish from here, you are definitely going to start from professional level. If you graduate after they have been given this particular what? Accreditation. But if you look at this thing under here, they said note, students who graduated after the session covered in accreditation from the Polytechnic highlighted in blue will no longer enjoy exception benefits until the accreditation is what? Is revalidated. So all you just have to do is to ask from your school from your admin if they are under MCATI. If they are under, you will start from where? You will start from professional. And as you are inputting your, please just mute your mic for now. As you are inputting your information, you will be seeing everything you need to know. Okay? So let's leave that for now. We don't have much time on that. That is all about the MCAT, as many people are trying to know about it. Okay? So I'm going to share the document as well with you. Now, another document I want to share is this, for you just to see. Okay, so I think let's go to registration now. Let's go to registration. Let's go to registration. So now that you know if you are qualified, you know where you are going to start from, you know what it's all about. It's not for you to know how to start your process. Now, the process will take time. I will advise you start lecture first, and then you continue to do your registration simultaneously. You are attending lecture and you are also doing your registration. You cannot say because I've not done registration, I will not attend lecture. The lecture will prepare you for 4 months. And registration will also take almost 4 months or 3 months. So you cannot say until you finish registration, that's where you're going to start lectures. Okay, so you start registration, you start lecture. You can even start lecture first before you start your registration, so that you will know how many papers you are going to write. But the first thing when you want to start your registration, the first thing to do is to pay 10,300 or 400. Registration fee for Ican is 10,000. Then bank charges will take like 400 or 300. Now, currently you cannot pay registration for Ican in any bank. You have to do your registration on Ican portal. How are we going to do that? Just go to any web browser you have. I believe you can see my screen online. Can you see my screen? Can you see my Google where I am now?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes,
thank you. So just go to Google browser and type Ican site. Once you click on Ican site, it will bring you here. That is, if you don't even know the Ican site, Ican website, just go to Google Ican sites. It will bring you to this point. Then from this point, you click on the first one, www.icang.org. So you click on it and wait for it to load. Okay. So once you click on it, it will take you to Ican website straight away. So you wait for it to load. This is Ican portal. So once you get here, what is the next thing to do? You will go to the students, because that is what concerns you now. Once you get to the students, just put the arrow on the student. You will see so many lists of things you can need. My Ican, if you click on my Ican, it's talking about ATS and professional. It depends on which one are you applying for. If you want to start your registration, you click on registration. It's asking you, which one are you talking about? I want to start my professional. If you want to pay for your exemption or you want to do anything about exemption, you point on the exemption. It will show you. If you want to know if your university is accredited, you go to the accredited. Recognized institution center, tuition center. If House of Accountant is recognized by Ican, you will check it here. Then Ican accredited tertiary institution, that is your higher institution. If you want to know if your institution is accredited by Ican, you will see them here, so that you will know if you are going to start from skills or you will need to start from foundation. If you want to know if your school is part of MCAIT or MCATI, you can see that this one is as at today. They said as at May 2024. By the time you click on this, we see so many institutions that have been accredited to start Ican from professional level. You will see if your school falls into this. Okay? Then the syllabus, they are all shouting, where is the new syllabus? So the new syllabus is here. Oh, where is the new syllabus? You will see them here. Ican is not changing any syllabus for now. If you click on professional, you will see syllabus about the professional. Okay? You will see the new syllabus, professional exam syllabus. They are all on the Ican portal. The issue is that you don't know how to use the portal. There are so many questions that you can solve on your own by going to the Ican portal. Learning materials. This is where you're going to get. How am I going to get all the past questions from Ican? Pathfinders. This is where you're going to download Ican portal. Ican Pathfinder. I finished from Caleb. I finished with distinction in my university. Do you know that you are qualified for scholarship? If you have distinction in your university as a BSc holder or HND holder, yes, you will not pay for any exam in skills level. You are qualified for scholarship. This is where you are going to call to apply for your scholarship. You need transcript from Ican. This is where you are going to verify your results. Tuition center. You want to apply. This is where you are going to call. But that's not where we are going because of time. Let's go straight. How do I register for Ican? So I will come because I'm registered. I'm registering for Ican. I will click on professional and you click enter. You will wait for it to load. They said become an Ican professional. Learn more. So all we just have to do is to scroll down a bit. You can see they are giving us more information. Approval for qualification registration as professional student. If you click on this, you will see everything you need to know. But if you see under here where I'm pointing to, they said to register as a professional student, click here. Then you click on that link. Okay? You click on the link and you wait for it to load. For those who have not been to Ican office before, this is Ican office by the right side there at Victoria Island. Okay, now you can see it's taking you to another level. Okay, and you can read all those ones up yourself. They say registration procedures. You can see this link here. That is where you are going to click. Okay, you click on this link and you wait for it to load. When you click on the link, just wait a bit to load. Now, the site is loading. It's going to load the platform that will give you so many information that you can actually watch, you can explore on. Let's wait for it to load. Probably FB sites and then network, either of the two. But we are still waiting for it to load anyway. So if you have questions as we are moving, you are free to drop your question on chat box. And if you like to ask the question as in audio, you are also free to do that. I think I will need to reload this. What happened? Oh, the network is not responding as I'm expecting. I don't know why. Online, can you hear me properly? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I want to be sure if it is my network. But since you can hear me clearly, it means it should not be my network. That should be from their side. Um, okay, so if it's not opening, and I wish this thing can open so that I can show you how to do the registration. And question about registration will at least reduce, and I will also have peace. Oh, let me try to, let me pause the recording. Okay, so from where we stop now, so once you click on that link, it will bring you here. And this is where you're going to do most of your activity as a student. Okay, you want to register as a new student, this is where you're going to start from. So once you are done with registration as a new student and you are done with that, you will go to the same link. You will pay for, you will register for exemption. Once you are done with the exemption and you are ready to write exam, you come to the fourth one here. You click on it and you will register for the exam. Once you have done the exam and you want to know if your result is out, this is the same place you are going to come to. You will click on the results, and once you click on the results, you will put your necessary information and you get your results. If you want to pay for anything, this is where you are going to pay for. You want to apply for induction when you are chartered, this is where you are going to apply for the induction. You want to update students' profile, this is where you are going to update your student profile. You want to know your financial obligation. You want to know, maybe you are owing Ican, maybe subscription, level, development levy, or whatever you think you can look at as your financial status. You come here and you check it. This is where you're going to check most of the things you need as a student. Okay, now let's look at it first. Let's go to registration. But unfortunately, this thing is still loading. Okay, thank God it's okay. So these are the information you are going to be inputting. You are going to be putting into this form. You put your information, your phone number, your surname, your name, your middle. Make sure whatever information you are putting here are correct. The information you are putting here is the same thing with what you have on your certificates. Because you are going to be uploading your certificates and everything. Your gender, okay? Your gender, marital status, every information you need, you will feed them up here. Here you will put your passport. So you will choose file. Once you choose file, you will go and pick it from where the file is on your desktop, on your laptop, you will do it. And you upload it once you click it. And you fill every information you have here. You fill it. You cannot go to bank again to pay for registration for Ican. You just have to come here and do it. So once you fill all this information, you will make payments. You will submit it. This is where you are going to make payment here. There's a place you are going to make payments at the top here. This is where I go to make payments. You can see, you can either pay using Paystack or WebPay. So once you click on any of this, it will open the payment information. So either you want to use card or you want to use any other thing. So this one will not be able to load until you put the first level information. You put this first level information, then you'll be able to click on this and it will give you option for payment. Okay. So once you are done with this, all this information required of you, you will click on what? You will click on submit. You need 2 chartered accountants. Is it chartered accountant? You need 1 chartered accountant. You need 1 chartered accountant, the name of the chartered accountant, the membership number, and the GSM number of the accountant, of the chartered accountant. Then the districts of the accountant. So we have so many districts. The person will need to give you this 4 information. And once you are done with this, you submit it. Once you submit it, you have 74, you have 48 hours or so. I think 48 hours. What do you need to do within that 48 hours? You will need to go and get your school certificates. If you are using HND certificate, BSc certificate, AAT certificate, PhD certificate, master certificate, whatever certificate you are using, you know the level you are starting already. You will put them in a PDF format. All the certificates you have from primary school, secondary school, WAEC, all the information. You put them in one PDF and you will upload it. Once you submit this, there will be an option for you. There will be option for you to upload your certificate. Okay, what you need to do is once you submit this, you will be able to print out this. All this information you have filled, you'll be able to print it out. Then you will take it to the person that is standing, your referee, that is the chartered accountant that is standing for you. You will need to take it to him. He will sign it for you on the hard copy. And then you will now put everything together in one PDF, plus this and your certificate. And you will now upload it. You will come to the same link here. You will upload it. Okay? Once you upload it, within maximum 2 weeks or maximum 1 week, Ican will get back to you. They will send you your student registration number. Once you get your student registration number, it means you can now proceed to apply for application for exemption. So what do we have in application for exemption? It's simple. All you just have to do is you put your PIN. Where do you get the PIN? You will need to go and pay for exemption. Now you can now go to the bank to pay for exemption. Once you pay for the exemption, whatever the information they are going to give you in the bank, that is the receipts they are going to give you in the bank, that is what you are going to use. You convert it. Yes, talking about the certificate, can I use my statement of results? Yes, you can use. That is the transcript. You can use your transcripts to start the Ican. The only thing that they will contact your school and confirm if your transcript is ready. You will also need your NYSC certificates. Okay, there are so many certificates, your school certificates, your O-level certificates. You are going to be needing all those ones. I can share those documents with you later. Okay. So you need to go and pay in the bank. Once you pay in the bank, what you are going to be given in the bank is not PIN, and there's no SO number there. But once you submit it, Ican will supply you the registration number. That registration number, that's what you're going to put here under this registration number. But for the PIN, you will go to paydirect.com. Ican. Once you go to that pay direct, you will convert what you have on the receipt given to you in the bank to PIN and SNO. How are you going to convert it? Once you are given that particular pay slip in the bank, there's going to be an address. Ican Pay Direct on that particular printout. Just type it on web browser. and go. Click on go. What are you going to be needing on that particular thing? Once you click on that, it will show you where you're going to input your deposit slips and your serial number on that slip. So once you put it and you click on submit, it will automatically generate PIN for you and SON. So just get your pen and write those two figures, those two numbers separately somewhere where you're going to keep it. This same PIN is what you are going to use to check your results. When you pay, that's when you pay for exam. The one you pay for, the one you are going to use to pay for exam. When you get to exam part, that same PIN is what you are going to use to generate your results. Not the one of registration, not the one of the application for exception, but the one you are going to pay for registration. The PIN is the same thing you are going to use to check your results. So you fill all this information, and then you select your school you go to. I mean, you went to. By the time you select the school, you'll be seeing a lot of options, and then automatically everything will be there. Once you are done with this information, you click on submit, and you are good to go with that. Now, having done with your application process, the next thing to do is what? Is to register for exam. But you have to wait for like 2 weeks for Ican to grant you that particular exemption. Once you have been granted the exemption, you come back to registration for exam. So you now select how many paper am I writing. If you are writing 5 paper, no wahala. If you are writing 2 paper, if you are writing 1 paper, no problem. Just make sure you know what you are capable of what? Of doing. Don't overshoot yourself. Okay? The thing is that if you want to win prize for Ican, you must write all the papers. So you want to register for exam. You go and pay for the exam in the bank. You can as well pay on Ican portal. You just go to pay direct. Once you get to pay direct, you click on quick teller and then you pay. So whatever information you get there, you also go to pay direct. You convert that pay direct to PIN and SON. Okay, so once you are done and you get your PIN and SON, you will come back to registration for exam. You put the PIN here, you put the SON here, then you put your registration number. Registration number is the student number Ican is going to send to you when you first register. Okay, and you click on submit. Immediately you click on submit, you will have platform that will give you option to select which paper are you writing. So you can select the paper you are writing, and then you'll be able to select the exam hall you want to use. And then you'll be able to select which of the tuition center, accredited tuition center do you attend for the exam. Once you are done with that, you click on submit. Then you will print out your examination slips. Then you wait for about 3 weeks to the 3 days to the exam. There's something we call docket. Your docket will be available for you so that you can make use of it to that's what you are going to use to enter your examination on that day. Now, having done about registration and you are done with registration, now you must make sure you pay your subscription and development fee before you can pay for exam. If you have any outstanding of this, you will not be able to register for exam. So you need to go to the bank or you pay here. They say pay Ican. You can see pay Ican here. When you click on this pay Ican, there are so many options that you can use to pay Ican. So you can choose quick tellers and the like. So you can make your payments for for what do you call it? For development fee and for Ican subscription. Once that one have been cleared, then you will now be able to make registration for exams. Okay, then once you are done with the exam and you are ready to check and result is out, then you can come here, click on the check examination. Now, don't forget the link, the pin you use when you are registering for examination. You will need that pin when you get to this place to check your examination. So all you just have to do is to click on this drop down. It will give you option to select either your status or to select for what? To select for results. Then you click on results. You will select the year in which you write the exam. Is it May 2023 or November 2023? Then you select your registration number. That is your registration number, your student registration number. You put it there. Then after that, what else are you going to put? You put your PIN that you generated during registration for exam and your SON. It requires. So you put them there, you click on submit, and you'll be able to see your results you score. If you score 50 in PM, you will see it. If you score 90 in PM, you will see the live and direct. Now, I think I'll be talking about induction later because of time. I think I'll be talking about induction later. I think that is all the questions. I think I've been able to answer most of the questions that they always ask me. Who can write Ican? How to register for Ican? How do I prepare for Ican? How do you prepare for Ican? Get a good tuition center. Okay, if you are trying to read on your own for Ican, it will take a long time to finish the Ican, and you might be frustrated at the point of time. So it's better you get a good tuition center and clear all your paper once and for all and forget about Ican. And some people used to say, I cannot joke with my church. I cannot joke with my work. Yes, it's very good to put God first. But at this junction, cannot share because you so busy. If you are a church type person, it will take time because you need to focus on that paper. So if you can focus on that 1 year, you are done with Ican and you go back to your spiritual life. But when I say spiritual life, I'm not saying that you will not go to church at all. You can join online. You can go to church on Sundays. At least as of accountant, we allow you to go to church because we have framed our timetable that it will not start in the morning. It will start when you are done from church. So you can join online when you are coming to class. You can come physical, flexible learning environment. So make sure you add smarts and finish whatever you want to finish. Don't be staying too long on the exam. When you start staying too long on it, you get frustrated and not be it will later you stop. You'll not be able to continue. So abandon some things, leave some things. Some and bear every Saturday, you have to leave them alone. You have to abandon. You are a type of person that can go to salon to do your hair from morning to night. That one will not work when you are writing anchor. You need discipline. You are a type of person that you like cooking. You can cook from morning to night. You have to stop that. There are some times that you will need to buy food so that you'll be able to save time to read for exams. You must just need to manage your time. So many things you need to abandon. You visit your girlfriend, you visit your boyfriend during the exam. It's not bad, but you have to limit it. Okay? There are some things you are going to put on hold because of Ican. If you really want to get chartered, it actually takes to determination that yes, I want to get chartered. It's not because my friend is chartered, I want to be chartered. That's why I want to start Ican. You have to determine yourself that yes, I want to get chartered. Okay. How do I pay for induction? I think I've done that. How do I become member? I think I'm going to do that part later. After exam, when you chartered, what is now the life after that? And I think I've touched it partly in our previous videos I have on the YouTube. Okay, I think I should take question now from here. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for this. Please, my tutorial center added FM or CSMA for our classes. I didn't get that. has the FM been added, sir? Can you unmute yourself and ask the question properly? You can unmute yourself so that we understand your question. I think this is time for question and answer.
All right. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, the tutorial center I attend,
Okay.
CSME classes, these diets, they just wrote on the timetable financial management, like CSME/financial management. So I just want to know, has financial management now been introduced to CSME, or they are just trying to put that alongside that, probably along the line in the preparation for the diets, FM will be added to it. That is what, but because I remember you mentioned that nothing has been changed so far for this November diet, but I'm surprised they added that to the timetable. So I don't know whether they are also not sure whether the FM will be integrated along the line in preparation. So that is what I want to be sure of, sir. Thank you.
Probably maybe they are not sure because nothing has changed for now with our syllabus. The syllabus still remain the same. If you come under Ican student here and you go to the learning material, is it learning material? Yes, it should be learning material. Okay, syllabus. The syllabus here. Just click on professional. Professional. So nothing has been changed for now. And ICANN it's still, you can see that on ICANN portal, we are still using 2019 ICANN syllabus. So ICANN did not tell you they have changed the syllabus. People are just disturbing themselves up and down. So every paper you have there still remains CSLB. And all the papers in professional level still remain the same. Until ICANN put it on their site that this thing has been changed. I can see some people, I see someone asking, who has the new syllabus? Who has the new syllabus? ICANN did not tell you. It's just rumor for now. Okay, so I think that have been answered. So you can as well go to their site, click on this, you will see that nothing has been changed for now. Okay, are you clear? Is it better? Okay, I believe it's clear. Yes, Ogunleye, you can speak. Just unmute your mic and speak. Samuel Ogunleye, you can speak.
All right, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Thank you for this section.
All right.
So my question is, I make payments for subscription, and I paid through my student portal.
Okay.
The payment went through. However, on the on my on my portal, the payment has not reflect. So I try as much to, because I mean, when the payment went through, it did, the end result of it did not show successful from the portal. It brings something like error while I was the what was it called now? Quick teller, and they sent an email back to me that the payment was successful, and they sent an email on my to what's it called now, ICANN to rectify that. And I also chat with one of their support personnel today, and he said he's going to work on it. But then I don't just know everything now. It hasn't reflect. And
Okay, so
another question I want to ask is, uh, my second question is, why I wait for that to reflect? Can I still go ahead to make payment for exceptions?
since it's only subscription, right? You're only paying for the subscription now.
Yes.
So you can continue. So it will not affect you.
Yes, I paid for the subscription, which I get reflected.
Since is the
Okay.
subscription you are
Okay.
waiting for to reflect, you can go ahead and pay for subscription. I mean, pay for the exemption. The only thing is that you won't be able to
Yes.
register for exam until that reflect on your status.
Okay.
Mm. Okay, so I think that is all now.
Oh,
So
okay,
the only thing
okay,
is that
all right.
I don't like paying on the Ican portal when I want to pay for exam or exception. I prefer going to bank. But the only thing is that for registration, you have to do it on Ican portal. But for exemption or registration, me or my particularly, I like going to bank to do my registration and then come back to convert that whatever I want to do to PIN and SON. It make life easier for me. And I don't want to gamble with it because sometimes online payments used to fail, like what you are experiencing now. That's why I used to advise them go to bank and make payments. Okay, but you can go to any commercial bank close to you to do that. Okay, so for that first question, you can see this is the syllabus we downloaded. And you can see that this is what we got from Ican site. And everything still remain intact. They've not changed anything. Assuming they've changed anything now, they will remove it from the site. Foundation will still have 4 papers. Skills will still have 6 papers. Professional will still have 5 papers. Case study is there, and corporate strategic management and ethics, that's CSME, is still there. Me, I cannot see anything like FM here. So make sure you attend where they are going to direct you. All right. Okay, any other question? Thank you, sir. Okay, it's clear. So any other question? I'm waiting. Do we have any other question you want to ask? Okay, so I believe it's clear. It's very clear. So this one will save me so many questions that you used to ask me about Ican, where are we going to start? How many people am I going to write and the likes? Okay, I think we can stop here. So maybe probably if I have time, I can now explain. Can Ican allow me without NC certificate? Ican cannot allow you. Your certificate must complete. You must have your your school leaving certificate, your primary school certificate if possible, your HND or BSc, your discharge NYSC, or maybe exemptions. You must have that. Okay? So ICANN cannot allow you without NYSC certificates. But I know some people that they qualify. Why they started writing ICANN before they even graduate. But that will be from their school. The process will be from their school. Is there any good online lecture center to recommend for people rural area? That's a good question. This is House of Accountants, and we run Ican Center. We run both physical and online. Okay, and our online class is very, very superb. It's the same thing with physical. At the same time, at the same moment, the same thing you are doing at the same point, the same value, but online lecture is a bit lower than the physical class. So our physical class is in Bagada Phase 2, Lagos, and we run our online. So you can try, you can check our YouTube channel, House of Accountant Professional Services, and check our sample videos. Then you can chat me privately if you want to join our class. We started our class this Saturday, and the train have started. Our students are scoring 90 in PM. Some are clearing paper once and for all. So we have outstanding lecturers. So you can call me on 070 if you want to get my number. 070 8419 50 77 50 77. Okay, I think I have more questions. When is it commencing for November diet? We have started lectures already. So if you want to join us, just chat me. I will add you to the platform. Okay, we have started the class already. Please, what is the preferred pairing of papers to write in each stage for those who prefer to write 1, 2, or 3 papers at a time? Good. If you want to write papers in skills, I will advise that you pick or pair PM and CSME. Both papers are similar. They are interrelated. If you want to write 3 papers, you can pick FR, PSAP, tax. 3 are also very similar. Okay, that is in skills level. If you want to write in professional, you can pick CR, you can pick tax, you can pick case study. That is, or you can pick SFM, case study AA. I think case study can go with either of the two, but it's good to pick CR and tax together because they are both somehow related. SFM, it can stand alone. It can go with it can go with a case study, it can go with advanced audits. Okay, if you are starting from foundation, if you don't want to write the whole 4 paper, you can pick FA and then and a BFM. Then you can as well take MI, management information with business law, so that you balance. If you want to write it 2-2, and that's how it is. Can you type the number here, sir? I did not get all digits, sir. Okay, let me call it again. Is 070 is 070 84 19 5077. 5077. This video also will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. So you can search for House of Accountant Professional Services. You will see all our videos. We have about 84 videos or 85 videos you can watch that we're going to help you. So we do practical accounting trainings. We do normal lectures training. So we just want to make sure you are a better accountant. We also have audit firm where you can train you to become a good accountant in future. Okay, so thank you so much. I will wait for just 1 minute if there's any other questions before I close for today. Okay, there's no question. So it means we are good to go. Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you.